Awesome. Keep it up.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SLR. It's Tier 1, and the race this week is the magnificent and super fast Monza. And going by how it went last week, in last week's race, where there was much drama, much excitement, I'm hopeful that today is going to continue the trend of the most exciting racing in SLR. Of course, it is indeed Tier 1. I am Tipsy Bob, and the main man himself beside me is Mr. Ocean Chief.
Hello, Bob. How's it going? How's it going to all our viewers as well? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's pretty good, dude. I'm a little bit tired, but alas, it is what it is. It just comes with old age, as they say. We have, 15 drivers on the grid. We may or may not have some latecomers. But yeah, Chief, have you got any info on the standings and how things have shaken up since last week's drama?
Yeah, we were talking before the race about this. The FIA decisions are pending. They have not yet been released yet. So this is before the verdicts of the FIA will apply. So there may be some change to this. But interestingly, Adesi 118. He's top of the pops. Danny is 1 point behind. Pending that FIA decision, that could change. 117 for Danny, but Justin 114 for you guys right in the mixer. But McKender as well. He's keeping these guys on their toes. He's 104 points behind, 104 points, so not that far behind. But looking at the constructors as well, Mercedes getting a bit of a lead, 173 points over Ferrari's 128, and then you got McLaren just following closely behind there with 125 points. And with that, we'll jump to the action and see what's happening out on track right now.
Yeah, well, if you say we'll switch over, understandable, I suppose, that there's a slight delay on the FIA results. Big calls to be made. It was quite eventful. A big moment in, of course, the last lap. If anyone's interested, tune in last week and you'll catch up for it. Of course, if you want to keep up with all the action, click subscribe. I sound like a professional YouTuber. Look at that. This is, of course, the... I was going to say the penultimate. That would be the wrong word, but it is, of course, the last race for us before Christmas, because there will be a Christmas break. And I don't think there'll be much decided in terms of the championship today, although there will be significant points up for grabs. But after the Christmas break, we will have, I believe, is it Japan and is it Mexico? I can't remember. It's something like that. Yep. But so a couple of great tracks. If I was still about Chief, I probably would have reserved if I wasn't commentating. But that is the other thing. This is, of course, will be my last one for this season, commentating with the wonderful Mr. Chief. I have other things I have to get. Other things I have to get done and over here. So yeah, let's hope it's a good one, Chief.
Indeed, I think it's going to be, judging by the races we saw earlier in Tier 2, Tier 3. But I'm looking at Fox. He's the first guy on a timed run right now. He's made his way through the first two sets of chicanes and making his way through the first Lesmo and onto the second. I'm sure everybody's very familiar with this track. Not many corners. I think did we count 9 last time we checked?
9, yeah.
Yep, but we've got the very famous Ascari coming up here, so let's see how Fox navigates that one. Just want to carry as much speed as possible. Maybe he could have cut the first apex there a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, your main mission when you go out first on your first run is really get a time on the board, so looks like Fox is not invalidated just yet. He's about to hit Parabolica. So carrying as much speed through as possible, want to get on the power early as possible, keep to the pit wall as close as possible, and he is across the line. First time on the board, 19.5, and yeah, Bob, I think looking at pole time, we're looking at an 18 today, I think.
Yeah, I think you're bang on there, Chief. And 19.5 is a good banker lap to get set in, but Justin's coming around Parabolica. He was sitting purple sector, so this may be he most certainly will beat Fox's time here, so we're going to cross the line, and Justin, 19.2, very good. That is actually the quickest that I have ever done Monza so far, and it's immediately beaten by Christian. 18.6. Of course, Christian will have had that experience of the race yesterday in Tier 2, so he will have a lot of knowledge banked in his in that helmet of his. But yeah, Chief, I kind of agree. It probably will be a mid to possibly low. Well, could we say low 18? Apparently, low 18 is quite a hard, or sorry, yeah, low 18 is a hard thing to attain. But I have every confidence in the Tier 1 boys.
Yeah, McKender joining Christian in the 118, so he got an 18.8 on the board. But yeah, as of right now, Christian is the fastest guy out on track. And I think, yeah, the fact that he did a full race yesterday, I think he finished P2 or P3, definitely was on the podium anyway. Yeah, that definitely is, that's a wealth of knowledge in his bags that he's carrying around today.
Ooh, yeah, you can see here.
P4.
Oh, before, yeah. Oh, so that is literally the guy that I was going to speak of. You can see here that Noah and Tudge, I believe is the correct way to say it, are setting pretty decent laps on mediums. In fact, that's actually quicker than me on softs, generally. So that goes to show you a lot of pace that they have still in the bag. A lot of people getting out of the way here. Justin's getting out of the way of, who was that? An Aston Martin, I believe. That might be Tilda. Yeah, Chief, these times are coming in already. Pretty quick times. Of course, we're still waiting for Riyadh. He's on an out lap. Cops, Tino on intermediates. Hasn't set a lap, still in the pits. And of course, Dan the man who, irritatingly, leaves it site quite late. I don't like Dan leaving it quite late because anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely adds on to the pressure, you know. You pretty much get 3 runs. And he's chosen to use inters for his first run. I don't know, like, I mean, what is that about, Bob? Like, what's your understanding of inters on the first lap? Is that just get some extra rubber down, or is it just a cider lap, or what is that about?
Well, good question. I probably don't have a very good answer to it because I don't really know why they do it. I would assume it is probably something to do with rubber. It's obviously not to get a time in the board to save their tires because that wouldn't make sense. So, oh, hang on a minute, Chief. You ask the question and Mr. Ice answers. First of all, Noah is the correct way of saying it, like Noah's Ark. Anyway, and he says it's saving a set of softs for the race, Chief. I'm getting green delta.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And there we have it. Icewind is our crew chief, or our pit lane Ted today. Surprised actually not seeing Icewind on track. Is he not tempted to maybe jump in? I know he had a bit of a terrible time yesterday in Tier 2 as Riyadh crosses the line. P9 for him, 120 flat pretty much. So 11 drivers with times on the board, 4 still to get a time. And some very fast guys back there. Tino and Danny mainly they are certainly contenders for pole position, but we've yet to see what they can do on sauce.
I was just going to say, Chief, that was a lot of tease you said there when you were talking about terror, or not terror, Ice. There would be a terrible time in Tier 2. What's this? He said, we'd be curious to jump into the comms with you. Well, we generally don't do 3-man comms. But I mean, I think we like a bit of Icewind, don't we, Chief?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like a bit of Icewind.
Yeah, Ice, come on in. Jump in. Definitely your knowledge of the track. I know Icewind really has had some really good performances here, so he can give us a wee bit of intel that maybe we're missing and keep us on our toes. Yeah. Just while we're in a bit of downtime here, Bob, I have some facts about Monza. It is the oldest track in Europe, as in it was the first, F1 track or international racetrack built in Europe. It's the third in the world, and the first 2 are IndyCar, or the Indianapolis and Brooklands in America. And here's a bit of a morbid fact: 52 drivers have died at this track and 35 spectators. So condolences to those brave souls and their families. But yeah, there you
go. I would guess, Chief, that those people that were unfortunate to lose their lives in terms of the drivers, would that have been at the old banked corner? I would assume.
Yeah, I mean that's probably one of the main reasons why they got rid of that. It was very, very banked. I think it was like more than 45-degree angle. As Icewind joins this session, so maybe he's actually thinking he might actually race. Kay Lawrence joined as well. That is interesting. I'm currently watching Danico here on his outlap, but he is about to start his hot lap. And another thing is interesting. I don't see a Desi today.
Yeah, a good shout. Yeah, right enough. Oh my goodness! Oh, sorry, Ice. I seen there. There was an incident there with an Aston Martin going around Mac. Super Mac was on the racing line, so I don't think the person was on a lap. So yeah, no problem. But yes, we have Super Ice in chat. Hello, Ice.
Hello. I'll just keep out of your way mostly, but yeah, maybe if you need some tidbits of information, I can try to help.
Yeah, Ice can be our very own Finnish.
Yeah, just keep me as like a pit lane Ted or whatever.
That's what it is, a Finnish pit line Ted. Fit line A.
Yeah.
Fit line A? I cannot speak. Anyway, Chief, yes, Chief, how is Dan the man looking on his lap?
Yeah, Danny Coey's hit sector 1, 26.1. Maybe Ice can tell us if that is a fast sector 1 time. I'm not sure.
It was 4 up purple, so I think it is.
Yeah, just keep going, Chief, for now. I gotta set up.
Yeah, I think the purples are a wee bit. I think it basically is like. There's someone off. There's a Ferrari is dead. It's Noah. After the second Lesmo, he is a victim. So he's obviously went into the wall and has impeded Danico a little bit, but I think he was able to navigate it with much ado. So he's made his way through Ascari, carrying so much speed through there. I mean, that was an enjoyable but hairy experience to be on board with Danico. And now we're on the run down to Parabolica. So again, carrying that momentum through, trying to keep close to the curb on the entry, and then close to the pit entry, just shortening the track, making it as short as possible. He goes P3, well 118.9 for Danico, so that's P3.
Yeah, I was rushing Justin as well there. He was actually up by a good bit on his time, and as you can see, he has improved by just over 2/10. But he seemed to lose a bit of time whenever the Ferrari came. He came across that Ferrari of Noah. So yeah, there is still a lot of time left in that car of the Williams, and we're starting to get into the squeaky bum time now of qualifying with the time marching down. Interesting to see what Cody does. Hopefully his connection is working all right, because we did get a lot of people complaining once about his connection, so it should hopefully be okay in Monza.
Yeah, we got the Red Bulls, got some times coming in there. So Tino goes P2 with his first time lap on Sauce, and then Tonari as well, he was P3, jumped down to P4 once Tino set his time. So the Red Bulls looking pretty strong here. I'd say McLaren as well will be looking pretty strong, as they have Danico and Kay Lawrence today. Kay Lawrence filling in as a reserve for Labi Fasul.
Yep, and Copy is about to set his lap shortly as well. In fact, Copy is on his lap, so if I can run on board, I'll do an onboard. Hopefully you can't hear that too much over the speakers. But the Cop's on the brakes, gliding the car in nicely. The tricky traction zone here, but he manages to get on it pretty well. It didn't seem overly fast. It's not normally something you would say to Cops, but these theme camera angles can be quite deceiving. But actually, in saying that, now whether it is a bug or not, I don't know, but that is a purple sector 1 for Cops. Now he does have an Aston Martin off in front of him. I think there was an Aston Martin off it. No, he's actually going really slowly, so getting out of the way. Navigating, what is that, Lesmos or whatever they call them? Not sure what they call them again. Anyway, firing on down. Sector 2 is, the end of Sector 2 is coming up here. And let's see, it is, well, no indication of how fast it was, but so far it is a valid lap, and it's only going to be a 1 lap. No, maybe you might get another lap out of this one, but anyway, approaching Parabolica. No real traffic in front of him. You might get a distance slipstream of a Red Bull, I think it is, who's about to start a lap as well. But anyway, Cops is about to cross the line, and he sticks it in a lovely, well, P11. Not so lovely, but alas, it is what it is. Chief.
Yeah, so as we spoke about previously, Copy not really practicing much for this season, and I think that's why we're seeing him maybe not qualify as highly as he should do. I mean, he is a ex-SLR Tier 1 champion, definitely has the potential to be at the top end of the grid, but yeah, I think he's just taking a break from try-harding it, and he's just enjoying a bit of battling in the midfield these days. But as you say, he still has 1 run, so he could find a lot of time there. Ryad is about to cross the line here. He's he's out of the ERS. He's down to like 3% ERS, which is a bit strange. And he crossed the line.
Yeah, it was a second lap by those tires, so yeah.
Ah, right there, that explains it. So I don't think he was able to improve his time there. So P10 for him for now.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch quickly on Daddy and Tino. So both of them had like, well, Tino had purple sector 1, purple sector 3, but he lost 3.5 tenths to the front in sector 2. So he definitely has more time in that, and also Danny 3/10 off the fastest time in sector 2.
Wow. Okay, that's great information to have at hand. So potential is there. I mean, out of these guys, though, I mean, the potential is there for any of these, I would say, top 6 guys to get pole today. Even Kay Lawrence there at the back, if he puts in a decent enough lap, he could steal it in the down moments. But we are looking at a last run for everybody. 2 minutes 50 seconds roughly on the clock. So yeah, everybody has time for another run. Some guys choosing to use that run early. Fox is one. Actually, no, he's coming in, so he will get a chance for another run today.
Tell you what, Chief, though, one of the main front runners and the multiple tier 1 champ is Mac, and he is just about to start a lap. He will be the first one of this top 6 that will, of course, complete his lap. And then, of course, it'll be Justin and then Junari. So, yeah, Mac will be the first one that will get a real benchmark of how this quality session is going to go. So it's maybe worthwhile running on board with Super Mac if you wish.
Yep.
If not, I'll keep an eye on him anyway, because I'm going to keep an eye on his sector times. But Super Mac is, of course, navigating this first sector 1, or first, chicane, and he manages to keep it the rear of the car planted, as I did allude to earlier. I find of all the corners in this game, off Monza, it's that first traction zone and getting out of that first chicane I always personally struggle with, but no such things for these boys. I actually missed the sector 1 time, but I think he is up. He has a little bit of traffic up ahead here. He's got a Williams and a Red Bull, which shouldn't cause him too much issue. In fact, I actually think he might actually meet them right on the corner. So they might need to get a move on. Let's see how his sector 2 time is looking. Super Mac is up. Oh, very, very fraction. Very, very fraction. This is not going to be a big jump. Although in saying that, you don't need much of a big jump considering the 2 guys in front of him, their times. So this should be an improvement from Mac. Might jump Timo. Don't know if it's going to be enough to get Christian, but I'm sure it's enough. It's going to be enough to get P2 off Tino. So here we go. Super Mac crosses the line. Does he get pole? Yeah, boom, there we go. I thought that takes a P2 chip.
Yeah, I almost gained a 10th in the last sector there, which is interesting. The last sector is pretty much the last corner, Parabolica, and Ascari. So yeah, I mean, it's not likely you gain too much time through Parabolica, but Ascari, yeah, you can definitely gain a lot of time there. I wanted to ask about Ascari. This version of the game, is it a good thing to cut the corner at Ascari, or just leave it alone?
On the entry, you want to cut it quite a lot, so yeah. But otherwise, you gotta stay off the curbs. Yeah, on the entry, you want to cut it quite a bit. And I think McKendra got a really good run through the final corner, Parabolica, or whatever the hell it's called nowadays, but that's what I'll call it anyway.
Parabolica.
So I think that's where he gained that 10th.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you, I'm keeping a wee eye here. Justin is just down a little bit on the sector 1 time. He's about to cross sector 2, and he is, well, practically matched his fastest sector 2 time. This might not be much of an improvement, but I'll tell you who is up is Tunaman. Tunaman is up over a 10th, which, looking at the math and all, he might actually even take P3 off Tino. So we'll keep a wee eye here on Justin. Justin's going to cross the line first, I believe. No, he's not. It's going to be Tunaman. Tunaman takes it to P2, jumps Super Mac. Justin improves, only gets P5. Dan the Man is improving as well, Chief.
Tino, 4 tenths up across the line now.
Tino, oh right, okay, Tino, boom, there you go, as you would expect from Tino, takes the pole with an 18.2, a mega time, but Dan the Man is on a very good lap. He was up a good 2, almost 3 tenths, I believe. Will he be able to improve much more here in Parabolica? Should take him up into this like 3rd or 4th range. Here we go, Dan the Man crosses the line, and he sticks it in P3, look at that, P3 for Dan the Man, the guy that is really going for this title. Christian in P2, Tino in P1, and I don't think anyone else is on a lap. While Cops and Eagle are yet to set a time, and Chief Lawrence is indeed as I kind of had a hunch, starting last on purpose.
Yeah, Eagle, last guy out there on a run, but he's actually abandoned that run. He's going to pull into the pits, I imagine. Actually, no, decides to cross the line anyway, but he will not improve. And that's our grid, ladies and gentlemen, for the race. Hello to Nico Velbin in chat. And he's asking, why is Danny not on pole?
Well, curiously, he still had 2.5 tenths in the sector 2 there, Danny, so he could have been pretty close otherwise, but yeah, it was a good lap from him anyway.
Yeah, Nico, he's getting the. I think he's sniffing around the old Formula One again. I think we might see him back in maybe next season or maybe as a reserve. Who knows? It would be nice to get Nico back on track.
Yep, there we have though. That's our grid for today. Looking at this here though, P9 Noah on mediums. So yeah, we saw he crashed out early, but that time on mediums was good enough for P9, which in Tier 1 is quite an achievement.
Yeah, I mean that is really noticeable. 19.3 is a pretty low time. I mean, it's for us mere mortals, it's pretty tricky to get that on softs.
Yeah.
But as you said, Chief, to be able to maintain that 19.3 on mediums and everyone else still gets better runs like in the end and still hold on to it is pretty good. Nico says he doesn't have the game on Steam, so he won't be back. Well, that's a problem.
Yeah, that helps having the game, I think.
Yeah. So, no idea yet, unless Mr. Ice knows any intel or finished Ted, if he knows any info in terms of the weather report, whether it's going to be wet or dry, but that will definitely throw issues up. Of course, if it turns wet. Do you know if, what
should be dry from my knowledge, but yeah, that's what I got.
All right, should be dry, Chief. That's music to our age. I cannot speak today. That is music to our age. I can't say it again. That is music to our ears. Because Monza can take a while if it's a wet race, believe it or not. So yeah, unlikely to see safety cars in Tier 1, but hey, anything's possible.
Joel is here. He's ready to go. He's second last, as Kay Lawrence is in last position. Didn't really get a time in or a competitive time, but yeah, we are underway with a formation lap. I just want to cross over to Ice again. Ice, what about strategy? Just tell us a wee bit about what strategies are available, what you think guys are going to go for here today, as I see most of the front guys have hards on at the minute.
I think pretty much everything is on the table here, but I would expect hard medium maybe to be the fastest strategy if you don't get any safety cars or something, but even soft medium I think is possible, though I think the softs do drop off a little bit too much to be like really viable that way, but yeah, hard medium is the best way to go, I think.
Hard medium, yeah, and we're seeing some guys on softs there more so towards the back of the grid, so yeah, they're obviously maybe hoping for an early safety car and to get some moves done early on.
Yeah, and just to touch on those tires a little bit more, so that's why you saw some of those guys going on inters at the start, so they want to save a set of fresh softs for if there is a late safety car, you get a 5-lap sprint at the end or whatever. So that's what they're trying to do in qualifying, and at least Danny and Dino I think did that, so yeah, those guys will definitely have a fresh set of softs for the race.
Yeah, they could come in handy later on in the race, and yeah, interestingly, Christian is not very close to Tino. Tino maybe setting a bit of a faster pace here. It doesn't look like he's going that particularly fast, so they're now catching up, and we are on our way to Parabolica. So once we get through there, the guys will take up their positions in the grid, and it'll be a hell for leather down to turn 1. Hopefully we don't see any incidents, but Monza has been known to throw up a few. Especially if it's 2+ wide going into that first turn 1 chicane. Can get a bit tight down there, as I'm sure you guys know yourselves from previous races.
From yesterday.
Yeah, as recent as that.
I got murdered, but yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is the nature of the track, and even with as accomplished drivers as these guys are, things happen whenever you're trying to get 16 cars into like one corner. So we will see. But anyway, they are
Danny.
Dan the man, yeah, disqualifying quite a bit. You can actually see on Christian's camera how much further back it actually has thrown Dan. Quite a margin there. He's thrown himself back on that starting box. But alas, it is what it is. Let's see if I can get a good camera angle. I've got a pretty good one here on Christian. We're just waiting for the lights to... I cannot see the lights at all, but alas, I'll wait until I see them all go. And boom, off we go. Tino leads away the pack, and that's a fantastic launch off the line by Christian, and he's going to try and take this P1 off. Tino right away at the start. There's someone off in the grass there as well, if I can get a good camera angle. So far, everyone's navigating it around nicely. So far, we get a yellow already. There's 2 cars off at the back. It's Fox and Tilda, but we're going to keep on board with this battle of P1. That Tino managed to hold on to the P1 off, against that challenge from Christian. But Christian's coming out again down the inside, breaks early, and Dan the Man then he gets caught out there on the braking zone. But everyone seems to be navigating away pretty good, and a little bit of a weave there from Dan. I don't know whether that was a little bit of a look or a bit of a dummy trying to test to see Christian's mettle. But everyone, yes, seems to be following in behind each other as you would expect. This is the way Tier 1 goes. They kind of battle for 1 or 2 laps and then follow suit. Have you seen anything further back there, Chief?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the position changes. Copy up 5 positions. K Lawrence up 5 positions. So that decision to start on the softs paid off for K Lawrence. Other than that, a couple of positions here or there, but Ryad, Tilda and Fox all losing 4 positions, and Fox actually losing 8 positions due to that first lap incident into turn 1.
Yeah, Mac and Justin are starting to fight here. I think Justin likes to make progress pretty early on in the races. He doesn't like to hang about. But of course, he's got a tall order in front of him when you see the guys in front of him. We move going on here. Who's this? This is Christian on Tino. Tino didn't really fight that as much. I think he kind of knows this, the slipstream is quite powerful here in Monza, but that's Dan the Man still sitting behind here. Tino will be quite happy. Quite confident knowing that he has the pace over these guys. Oh, he lifts early. Was that a signal?
Oh, there might be a move here of K Lawrence. Almost pushed under the grass as he approached the second chicane. And yeah, that wasn't ideal from his point of view, but he's now up 6 positions, so he is making these softs work to good effect right now.
Yeah, K Lawrence will want to, as you say, navigate as much as possible up this track. Of course, he's got Eagle Ghost in front of him, and Eagle Ghost does not yield that quickly. So you'll have to navigate him on a medium tire strategy. Cops having a wee... Oh, we get a yellow. It's Tilda. Yeah. They get Tilda just spun. All right, Fox still lagging behind there as well. Probably hoping for a safety car. But the rest of these guys, yeah, these front guys are all starting to follow position. Oh my goodness, Dan the Man got a real tank slapper. I don't know what a tank slapper, but his car almost snapped onto the parabolic. I actually seen Speedy do that in a practice session, and Dan the Man goes from P3 to... He's on the track back, sorry. You go ahead.
Yeah, he's under pressure from Tugay. There was a bit of contact there. I don't think Danny Cooey actually even saw it.
Dan the Man! No, on the grass! And he's lost the traction. Oh my goodness, Tudge there was really going for the attack, and Dan the Man, it's disaster for Dan the Man.
Yeah, this is absolutely terrible. He is in the championship contention, right up there in the mix, but this is not good for him. He's entering that kind of safety car, he's hoping for a safety car kind of strat now, as he's right at the back end of the grid. He's still in touch with this league group, but yeah, this is not ideal for him, and hopefully he didn't get any damage for that either.
Yeah, Dan the Man will be absolutely kicking himself because he knew this whole incident started off. Hang on, Tino is having a wee look. No, he actually turned his DRS off there. He doesn't want to pass just yet. But Dan the Man will be kicking himself because he knows we get a yellow for the back. That's Fox. Fox retired. Fox retired.
Virtual safety car. Yeah.
Did he lose it in this Lesmos?
Yeah, second Lesmo.
Yeah, easily done. We've seen Smelto do that pretty early on in the Tier 2 race. So we get a VSC. That gives us a little bit of a breather. Sometimes you can kind of steal a little bit of time in VSC catching up to the guy ahead of you because not everyone follows their delta time as religiously as others.
Oh, and someone's in the pits. K Lawrence is decided this is his opportunity to pit, which is interesting because he was making those softs work pretty well, but I think, yeah, he's probably mindful of the fact that he would start dropping off in a few laps time, so he is using this VSC to put on a set of mediums, and I'm guessing he's going to go for soft, medium then, or soft, medium, soft.
Yeah, that's my guess also. Yep.
All right.
Who is out? Somebody is out in turn 1 again. Is it Danny again in trouble? Yes.
Oh no, Dan the Man it's just going disaster for Dan the Man. Of course, his title rival, Desi's not here, but he's not the only rival. There's of course McKender and Justin on track. They're also right behind each other. But I was just to finish that point, he will be kicking himself because this all started with that mistake that he made, or there was an issue anyway with him going into the Parabolica, and it just went backwards from then. There is quite a little.
Tino's going for a move. It looks like he might think about it. No, he had a load of overspeed heading into Ascari, but decides to hold back for now. So yeah, McKenna up to P3 now, taking Danny's old position, and he's trying to profit from that. So he is in contention. And I have to say, McKenna, he hasn't won a race yet, not officially anyway. We thought he might have won that one last week after the FAA had a look at it, but FAA full spending. Oh, what's happening?
Joel lost at the same place with Dan the Man, lost it as well. I wonder why they're all losing it so much. But there's positions happening here. Sorry, Chief. Tuna Man is having a little look on Mac. He's going to try and go up the inside. This is going to be squeaky bomb times. Hold it there, lads. Yeah, I can't speak. Tuna Man getting out of that one leaves a lot of room for McKender, but of course Justin just capitalises that and sneaks up the gap into P4. Justin will be desperate to obviously keep Mac in his sights as close as possible, and yeah, this battle is going to rage on until the next pit stop, I would imagine, too.
Yeah, and while that's all happening, Tino has pulled out a 1.3 lead over Christian, so he has broken that crucial DRS range, and McKender
Christian messed up his braking into the second chicane, so that's what happened.
Yeah, that's it. That just shows you at this level, tier 1, a small mistake can be quite costly. As yeah, that DRS range. Oh, and McKender's got a lot of overspeed heading into Ascari here, but again decides, yeah, it's not the place to do it. You don't want to go side by side for Ascari. That usually results in 2 in and 1 out.
Yeah, Tino has basically decided he wants to check out of this battle. That they're all a bit too close. He doesn't want to get involved in anything, so he is decided to plant the foot on that Red Bull, and off he goes. Super Mac now is deploying. He's going to definitely get the move done here on Christian as Tino sets the fastest lap. Although he's not catching as quick as you would think. Here we go. Here comes Super Mac. Christian's not defending it, but of course he probably will fight it into the corner. No, he doesn't. He doesn't fight it too much. And now this is a little bit of a buffer for Mac because, of course, there will be Christian in between him and Justin, their rivals. Schumann is still keeping a watchful brief further back. And we got Naiku in chat saying a Tier 2 driver was second in Tier 1. Although I will say that, he was originally a Tier 1 driver and he dropped down for whatever reasons. I think he couldn't commit to a full season. It is what it is.
Can I just point out, guys, just the wily old fox copy in P7 doing a great job on those softs. Still hanging onto this DRS. He might be dropping out of it soonish with the softs dropping off, but he's doing such a good job at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say Joel as well he was in P10, and then he had that incident, so he's now P11. Still within touching distance of points, but yeah, copy on those softs making it work. But entering that zone where he really would like a safety car right now, that would be absolutely... Yeah, that would be perfect for him, I think.
Ice, would you have any idea of, or would be able to explain why so many of these drivers, the car just seems to just let go in Parabolica? Sorry, just as I said, that Christian is passing Super Mac. So yeah, Christian is getting back up, and Justin, no, not having it. So yeah, but on that, there we go again. Just as I said, there's something on this. The cars seem to be just snapping either on the brakes. Or have they got their brake bias too high? Would you have any intel on that, Ice, at all?
Yeah, that's my guess. So maybe too low brake bias, so a little bit too far toward the back. Is it a battle? No, it's not a battle right now. So yeah, that's what it is. Locking the rears, sliding the car. That's what happened.
Yeah,
I think a lot of these guys are going to be driving a very oversteery setup because that is the fastest way to go. Of course.
As soon as you said oversteer, Tuna Man got a bang slapper of oversteer and caught it pretty well. So yeah, as you say, that's probably what it is. I know whenever I was doing a wee bit of running here for practice, I was running 56 bias, and as my tires started to wear, I actually moved it to 57. Maybe that's too far back, but I didn't have that issue. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I had the same thing, so I had to do exactly the same thing you said yesterday in the race. So when the tires wear, you gotta move it up a little bit front, and I think that's what's catching the drivers out.
You can see them all here, Christian, Justin and Mac. really twitchy front end here. But we might see a double move here. Christian might lose 2 spots. In fact, he is going to lose 2 positions. He's taking the middle of the track and letting them to do whatever they want. He knows he can't fight that. And this McVie, oh my goodness, Christian just avoids the rear end of that Williams at Justin, which of course he will be delighted to hear. So he can stay in DRS zone of this battle. But yeah, although I think Tino is going to zoom off here unless there's any incidents. Tino isn't what's the word I would say? Isn't when you're prone to do something, but when you're not, what is it? He isn't. I can't remember the word. Basically, do you know what I'm trying to say? He's not unknown. Oh yeah, he's not completely alien. He has been known to make the odd mistake once. I can't speak, Chief.
Yeah, I mean, he has been known to make a mistake before. We know he comes into these races. He's not try-harding. He's pretty much just showing up with a bit of practice, and sometimes it shows. As he has, he has had a few incidents. I think even the last race he did spin out and DNF'd, or recent race anyway. But yeah, this battle, I think McKender and Justin are aware they're losing touch with Tino, and I think that's why they're trying to get a wee bit of gap here between them and Christian. But I tell you what, Christian is hanging on nicely. He's not too far behind, and we're going to see a move here from Justin on Mac now. And potentially Christian too might follow through. He might be a bit too far back. Oh, he actually goes for the move, and he's up to P3 again. Justin now P2. So this is swapped completely about. It was Christian leading this group for P2. Now it's McKender.
And Copy is still there.
Yeah,
incredible.
I think this fighting is playing into his hands. You know, these guys fighting up ahead is just allowing Copy to keep in there. But as you say, 8-lap old softs, they can't feel the best right now, and they're going to start to deteriorate even further, I think.
Yeah, just to point out to you, Chief, Justin was actually a tenth faster than Tino on that lap, so they're not exactly going slowly, the following train either. So yeah, Copy is doing such a great job on those softs.
Yeah, that'll be
it, but yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the good old wisdom of us older drivers. You know what I mean? not rushing it too much. He kind of knows that he's off the pace and he's just nursing his race. He's doing a good job. I have had a drink, Chief. Hopefully, I should be a bit better. Just a little bit excited.
Bit of the hard stuff.
No, water. Unfortunately, it's just water. But alas, it is what it is. Anyway, I've noticed a lot of these guys, as I said earlier, that they get a really snappy front end going into Parabolica, which probably would support what Ice is saying there about this pointy oversteery setup. Noticeably, Christian had a run here, but he decided not to make the move there on the DRS. He decided to sit behind Justin and follow along. Earlier on, by the way, whenever I was getting a breather, I was watching Riyadh and Eagle Ghost, and Eagle Ghost also got a snap off that oversteer or that twitch on Parabolica and lost out to Riyadh. So yeah, it's affecting everyone across the grid from front to back.
Yep, and Tino is extending his lead a little bit here. It's up to 1.8, 1.7. So yeah, he's enjoying this. In his mirrors, he's seeing those guys behind. They're all bunched up together, swapping position, and he can definitely profit from that. But getting back to Copy, still hanging in there, P7. Are we going to see a safety car soon? I'm sure that would play right into his hands. As he,
to an extent it would, and it wouldn't, because now these guys are so far ahead of the following pack. 7 seconds to Noah. So I think Copy might actually prefer not to have a safety car at this point. I would be my guess anyway. But
what lap do you think he's going to consider coming in then, and on what tire would he go to, medium or hard? He's in. He is actually in. We're about to find out.
So definitely hard now, I would guess.
Yeah, looks like it. So be interested to see where he comes out. And yep, we have a move up ahead as well. Christian going for P2 and takes that from Justin.
I'm wrong. It's medium.
Oh, okay.
Him, so.
Why would that?
That works, I guess.
Yeah. Is that going to get to the end? I suppose 16 laps in there?
Yeah, easily, because he just did 11 laps on the soft, so I'm pretty sure this is quite easy to the end for him.
Yep, and he comes out P11, which isn't bad considering everyone ahead of him has to pit. So we'll keep an eye on Copy back there. And yeah, he's 5 seconds behind K. Lawrence on those fresh mediums. So yeah, interested to see what he can do with those. as we go up front again with Christian and this pack here. I mean, it's hard to take your eyes off. Seems to be positional changes every lap. And well, I mean, what's your thinking, Ice, here? I mean, obviously, you know, each one of these guys are considering an undercut right now.
Yeah, probably. I would guess maybe Tonari or 2G to do it, but it is quite early to get off those hard since they actually decided to start on them. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, there's fights all over the place, Chief. Believe it or not, there's this front pack, as you can see. Then there's the middle pack where they're all trying to catch up. There's a raging battle going on further back here between Eagle and Riyadh, and Riyadh nearly missed it. He actually did miss the 3-point and almost ran right through the gearbox of that Williams of Eagle Ghost. So I'll be keeping a wee eye on that as well, Chief. But yeah, Christian and Mac and Justin all battling out for this current P2 position. And yeah, basically who's going to jump first when it comes to the pits, I would assume.
Yeah, and I'm looking at ERS management as well. Looks like McKender's one of the best at managing his ERS. Actually, both Mercedes, 80%, so almost double the guys around them, which is going to come in super handy, especially when they're considering their pit stops. As Joel pits from 11-lap-old mediums, goes on to hards. So, yeah, pit stop window is definitely open for these guys.
Just on the ERS deployment as well, I noticed that Mac, whenever he was really in the midst of that fight, that he was down to like 40-something%. And I think whenever they started to pass him, he didn't really fight it. And I think he actually maybe made this conscious decision to maybe do this on purpose so he can get out of this fight and then charge battery. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know how a Tier 1 champion thinks. But
yeah, you're right.
I am right. Okay, yeah. So that's what I look like. And he's just basically charging. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, just curiously, both of the Mercedes on full battery, by the way, in the train. And I know for a fact that 2G is on a lower downforce setup than the rest of them.
Oh, nice. I have to put you on that because I have been informed by Mr. Tudge himself that he doesn't want us to say it like that because it sounds because it sounds something else. Right? So he asked me specifically not to say that. So I will honor his requests, and he says, "Oh, okay, sorry." It must have been a glitch. Sorry, it just looked like Mac got a rear end. Somebody hit him from the rear. But I will honor Tudge's request and do it like that. So.
Yeah, he's no longer 2G. He's 2J. Tuj.
Yeah. So it was Nike who posted that, and then he was giving us all the names. And he goes. That's what he goes. 2G. That's what he says. But alas, apparently it's Tudge or Touch. Tudge. I think. Well, hang on a minute.
So they must have pronounced it like it's English or something, because it's in Finnish it would definitely be 2G. But yeah.
2G.
Yeah.
2G.
Anyway.
Okay, Tudge. There we go.
Yeah.
Copy's out. Copy is out of the race, guys.
Oh no.
Where is that? That is second Lesmo, I think. It's claimed another victim. And that
is gonna be beating himself.
Yeah, he's in straight into the pits. He was right at the pit entry there, and yeah, everybody of course behind him pitting. So who is going to benefit most from this?
Nobody. Everybody's gonna be on mediums.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, but there was a few guys did pit there recently. Crawley, I think Joel's one of them
maybe
as well.
at the back, yeah.
But I think Joel's maybe a bit too out of touch. I mean, Crawley before he pitted was around about P10. I think he was in the points, so he might be able to get back
but
up there.
I think everybody's gonna pit again for probably another set of mediums, I would guess. So this kind of kills the strategy game a little, I think.
Yeah,
unfortunate, but yeah, I think we cursed Copy by saying he was doing so.
It kind of neutralizes the race almost, so this kind of the way the things are. But yeah, just to touch on that cops thing, my goodness, like as we were all saying, and you were saying there, I see he was doing such a fantastic job on those softs. It was looking pretty good for him, but yeah, he must have just lost it on the last most.
Okay, there's two talking points here as well. I just want to raise. It does benefit Danico because obviously he was 6 seconds, I think 7 seconds behind the lead pack. But also, Kay Lawrence has went on the softs.
Okay, that's daring because it's 14, 13 laps to the end, so that's it's quite a long stint.
Do you think he's maybe betting on there might be another safety
I would say so, because those softs are not going to be very good toward the end of the race from this distance.
Safety cars breed safety cars, as they say.
Yeah.
It is Tier 1, and it doesn't happen as often, but it can happen. And of course, Joey is still on track.
Yeah, but I was about to say, should I say this aloud, but Joel is not crashed yet, but he'll hate me for saying this, but I think he'll understand.
Yeah, Joey, he's got a good sense of humor. He knows we're only fooling around, even though it is true, kind of constant. But I seen earlier on in the chat that CM Punk, the Tier 1 or the Tier 2, and often Tier 3 commentator was saying that Dice is not racing, so he doesn't think he's going to watch. Dice, of course, is the magnet of all eyes, and when it comes to SLR, we love to watch Dice because he's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, but I think the one guy who is frustrated by this is Tino, because he had 3-second gap when this happened, and he was. Yeah, he's the biggest loser. I don't think he's gonna get it again.
Definitely the biggest loser from this. Yeah. Bob, just want to get the comments as well. Copy is in chat, and he's saying his wheel disconnected again, and we saw that in Texas last week. He went straight ahead into the wall, so he's having some technical issues. So it was not driver error; it was technical issues at fault for that one.
Yeah,
such a shame. He was doing so well.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to touch on, the comment that he posted there. I don't know idea what it could be. Maybe a fiber wire or a firewire. What do you call it? A fiber wire update, firewire update. I don't know what it is, but yeah, shame to lose Cops. He's doing a great job. Nice to see Cops still on the track. One of the OGs of SLR, still rocking it. Doing a great job, but yeah, technical difficulties claims his day in Monza, much to our loss. But the safety car will hopefully be coming in shortly if the Aston Martin boys can catch up, Tilda and Joel. If they don't catch up quick enough, however, the safety car will not wait. Oh my goodness, Tino, or Christian, caught up to the back of Tino quite quickly there and managed to get under the brakes. You know what, Chief, I often agree with you. Sometimes I feel the formation lap and behind the safety cars is the hardest lap because you're so, not stressed, but you're so conscious of not messing up because it's like a disaster, especially on the safety car. You get an instant 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm probably way too cautious under safety car conditions. I tend to leave a big gap, but then it doesn't really work out whenever the restart happens and I'm too far back to do anything about it. And yeah, you totally have to be focused even on safety car conditions. Yeah, it's very easy. I mean, we've seen plenty of incidents with safety cars, and I was actually wondering there, as I see some guys pitting at the back, were these guys like Crawley, who's on hards, and he's the only guy out there on hards? Is it an option for him to pit? Obviously it is an option, but I mean, is it a good option? And he is one for that. And a lot of guys actually putting sauce on. So interesting. We're going to have a lot of soft runners at the back of the field.
Yeah. The only thing I would say on it is, of course, they're definitely not at the pace of the guys at the front. So the softs might not have that much an effect for them as you would expect. I mean, realistically, you're going to see Joel up to Tilda. Those guys are going to, Joel to Riyadh kind of will be fighting amongst themselves, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's a battle for P10, man. That's the most coveted position, apart from P1. Yeah. So we're expecting fireworks back there.
And as you and me know, Chief, P10 is probably one of the hardest positions to get in Tier 1 of late. But yeah, the car's dropping further back from the safety car here. What is going on? Oh, that's right, they pitted. So yeah, this delaying this safety car. If everyone can please bunch up so we can get this race underway. I have a feeling the safety car might... There we go! I was about to say it. The safety car is in this lap, so we are about to get underway.
Yep, Tino will lead
12 laps to go.
Only 12 to go, yeah, after once we get underway again. So, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, like, the best place to go is just out of Parabolica. It seems to be the main thing. Other than that, you can go to the line, but then you've got a long run down to turn 1, and with so many cars behind, and the slipstream effect, yeah, I think it's best probably to go from Parabolica. And we're going to see what Tino goes for. He is obviously very experienced driver, ex-esports. Let's see how he does it. As he's backing the field up quite nicely here. taking a wide entry into Parabolica and teasing Lee, almost underway. Yep, he's gone.
Yeah, Mac was really early. Mac was literally nailed the restart, but he had to lift because, of course, you can't pass until the start-finish line. But the move is on, and Tudge and Tunaman are battling side by side. Something's got to give here, and Tudge does indeed seem to get it up past Tunari. No, Tunaman manages to cut up the inside, but then Tudge just gets such better traction and flies up and takes that P5. Mac and Christian are fighting. Mac getting past Christian. Of course, Super Mac will want to be keeping a close eye here on Justin. That's the guy he will be wanting to beat. The main one of those top rivals in Tier 1. Oh, Justin getting a little bit squirrely there on the extra of that chicane. But the positions happening all over the place in the track. And Tudge and Tunaman are this battle is starting to heat up. Tunaman is right up the gearbox of Tudge. Tudge will, of course, be wanting to deploy. He has deployed a good bit to try and get away from Tunaman. And yeah, so far a pretty clean start, Chief.
Yeah, interestingly, Christian must have got a really bad exit from the turn 1, turn 2 sequence, as he dropped 2 positions there, Justin first getting him, and then McKender, obviously, as Tanari gets the first penalty off this race. Also, K. Lawrence at the back, dropping a lot of positions, is now second last on those older softs, so not a great start from him.
Dan the man is navigating a Ferrari here of Noah. No DRS was deployed in that overtake, and again, very little ERS is being used either for this defense. But yeah, I think that position is pretty much done. Oh, and Dan the man is having a little look here up the inside, but no, nothing doing. I think that was maybe more of a defensive move. But yeah, there we go, Chief. I'm gonna just adjust my audio a fraction.
Yeah, just wanted to point out Christian messed up his entry into turn 1, and that's why it compromised his exit completely out of 2, and he lost those positions to Justin and McKender.
Oh, well spotted, yeah. So it was the entry, not the exit there. But yeah, a lot of pressure on these guys, especially heading into turn 1, all bunched up like that. But clean getaway for most of the guys. K. Lawrence obviously losing out a little bit there, but yeah, Danny Coe making up position. He really has to really push here, doesn't he, guys? He's in the, he's thinking about the title here as well, so he is going to have to make some moves here at some point as we enter into the final phase of this race.
One thing I'll point out, I noticed that Lawrence has very little battery as he's about to navigate Tilda on those mediums, so not sure what's going on there with Lawrence, but yeah, he's trying to recover from whatever shenanigans he's been getting involved in. But yeah, very little battery. DRS is enabled, and Justin is on the slipstream, very close to Tino. Quite a bit of rivalry between these guys. Oh my goodness!
Oh
just,
my
just
word!
Just about avoids the rear end of Tino. But yeah, a bit of rivalry between these guys on track and off track. So, of course, but they are the consummate professionals, and it'll not blow over into the race in terms of any shenanigans. Dan the man is up pretty close to Tunaman, but of course Tunaman is as well close to Tudge. Tunaman got that 3-second penalty that's going to have devastating effects on this race result, considering how close they're all running.
Yeah, and
I
think
Tudge, I think how you say it, is running a lower front wing, and he's struggling in those slower speed corners. But yeah, you see he just flies up Tunari on the straight there. So yeah.
Yeah, Lawrence as well, strangely staying out of the slipstream of Eagle, and he's got a really good run here. I would expect for him to try to get this done. No, not doing. He doesn't have much battery. I wonder. Don't understand that, why he doesn't have much battery. Have a little look here on Eagle. Eagle running a little bit deep there. Oh, Eagle going very deep. Oh my goodness. Manages to keep it on track.
Yellow at the back, it's Joel off. Yeah, Parabolica, so he's out of it for now. I'm going to fall back a bit, but yeah, up front, interestingly, no positional changes this time around. Everybody staying in order, but Danny Coe does get a position change. He gets a move done on Tanari. He's up to P6, and that's just what I was talking about. This is crucial phase of the race for Danny Coe. It's damage limitation. He's been given a second chance by the F1 gods, and he's making good use of that.
Yeah, real roadblock is ahead of him now, because I know Tuge will, Tuge, whatever, will fight this really hard.
I think it's okay if you say it to finish with. A touch
Oh,
gets it. Yeah.
Oh dear.
He just runs off track. I've seen that one on board with him, so yeah, that's devastating results for him. But yeah, would have been nice to see how Dan got on if it wasn't for that incident that he was getting himself involved in. But alas, yeah, I was going to say, Ice, I suppose you can say it because you are finished, so you would be saying it correctly.
Well, we'll see what he says after the race.
Yeah, Crawley and Eagle were fighting, but Eagle got that position done. Lawrence, again, doesn't have any battery whatsoever to speak of. And he's
just looking at Danico. Danico has got a really good exit for Parabolica, is going to go for a move on Touge, and he's got the inside line, so Touge is not making it easy, but backs out of that one, and it looks like Touge is going to fall in behind. Danico doing well here, up to P5, in touch off the lead as well.
Yeah, I was expecting Tugay to put more of a fight there, but yeah, okay.
I don't know. I think Quick Touch knows because he's got that 3 seconds. There's not really much he can do because they're just so closely falling behind each other, as well as Tuna Man behind him as well. So he's kind of really fighting Tuna Man for position, really. And of course, let's not forget Noah is lurking behind within the penalty range of these guys, so he will most likely pop up P6 if he can keep it there. But as you said, Chief Dan the Man is on an absolute mission here, deploying pretty much everything he's got. Crucially, he is within the DRS here, so these are quality laps from Dan the Man. And we've seen what happened last week. It all went down to the last lap. Don't know if it's going to go to the last lap in this one. I think Jatino just has the legs on these guys and is able to just control this race enough. Oh, Justin getting a little bit twitchy there. Justin getting a little bit twitchy into that parabolic, as we're seeing from everyone this race, and this will light up the eyes of Super Mac. DRS is activated. Of course, no battery will be used because they'll all be. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Mac just zooms. Right up onto the back of Justin. Do you know what? This battle is actually getting really interesting, Chief.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's starting to heat up nicely, and you got Danny Cool lurking in the background there. As Justin looks like he's going around the outside, but. Oh, is he going to go for the move here? He is almost alongside Tino into the second chicane. But yeah, he pulls out of that one. But he has massive pressure from behind as well. So he's very conscious of that. And I have to say, Danico, Danico's done well, but he's got all these end-of-level bosses ahead of him. Christian, McKenner, Justin, Tino. Can he do this? Can he pull it off? I don't know. It's a big ask for Danico. He's probably hoping that there is some contentious moves ahead, as I'm seeing some moves at the back of the field. Eagle goes up to P9 on those softs. Ryad down to P10. Oh, it looks like Ryad, he was going to go for a move there, but backed out, and that's allowed K. Lawrence to get alongside. K. Lawrence takes 2 in 1 before Ascari sends it, and Eagle Ghost is fighting this on the outside, but yeah, K. Lawrence opportunistic there, but his red lights flashing hard as Danico is up to P4, and that's a move into Parabolica, so I wonder if Christian made a mistake there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Christian just sort of braked early or whatever, but yeah, Danny's through, and lead is also changing now.
Justin just taking the lead from Tino. Tino moves over to the middle of the position to cover the charging Super Mac. Don't discount Mac. Mac has got a lot of pace in that car, and you can see it. He's really having to lift off a lot when he was behind Justin. And Justin, what's going on with Justin? He's wiggling there for some reason. He seemed to be really struggling on the traction. We're getting yellow further back. That is Eagle Ghost, I think. I think
it's Crawley at turn 1, yeah.
Oh, Crawley.
I thought it was Eagle Ghost as well, but it's not, yeah.
But so Justin was getting a wee bit of a really struggling on the traction there. And Dan the Man is firmly in this title, or this race win fight now. He might sit behind these guys for maybe a lap or so to charge. That would probably be wise, because the guys in front of him have got a significant amount of battery.
Oh my word.
Man has so much pace, man, in that car. How he's avoiding in the brakes is amazing. But I just kind of suspect that Tino is just planning his attack here near the end of this race.
Yeah, and
Tino is just charging his battery. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I was just going to say, sorry guys, Danico tantalizingly close to McKenna. He's actually going to go for it here. He's not using any ERS, but he's got DRS, and he now engages a little bit of ERS, pulls alongside. Is he going to go for this move down the inside into turn 1? He does indeed go for it. Is there going to be room left by McKenna? Yes, he gets the move done. What a absolute... that's impressive from Danny. From where he was about 5 minutes ago to where he is now, that's incredible. P3 and fighting for the lead of this race.
Yeah, that was an interesting move there, because you see Mac had a lot of overspeed on the guy in front of him as well. I think it was Tino, and Dan the man seen that, pushed up, and then that effectively blocked Super Mac in behind Tino. Nothing he could have done, so he had to let that one go. There's someone knocking at my front door, and they're doing it really, really gently. But anyway, Mac is going for a try to get this position back off Dan the man. Dan the man covers it off. Excuse me. Sorry, a bit of hiccups there. Yeah, sorry, there's something.
Is it that potato guy, Bob?
I think it is. There's a potato man called House every single Friday. Even before Christmas, he's so desperate to sell these spuds. Who's going to buy spuds in winter? Come on, man.
Mr. Potato, yeah. But yeah,
You know,
Danny...
guys, what it is? Tino is completely just playing tactically here. You see he's charged 25% of his battery in that lap to like brake dragging himself basically. But yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah, McKenna going for this move. He's trying to get it back from Danny Co. He's got them go around the outs. Oh, there's contact between Tino and Danny Co. Yeah, don't think there's any damage there, but yeah, I don't know what happened with Tino there. I don't know if he was caught off guard, but Danny Co just running into the back of him there.
No, I think there's, as Ice was alluding to, there's almost two different races going on here, believe it or not. Tino knows that he's got a lot of pace here, and he's in a charge mode for his last attack. Dan the man, on the other hand, is on full attack. He wants to recover. He wants this race win no matter what, and what a win it would be if he could make it happen. As we see a move there, Chuj and Junai, and I think yeah, there's just two guys getting tripping over each other, but. This is interesting. There's quite a few gaps are starting to form between these four, and I would expect to see them all starting to squeeze up if they're wanting to get any moves done. Justin has really taken off. Got 50% battery. Tino hasn't got. Well, he's got a good bit more than him, but Dan the man on 30%. Mac 50. Christian is out of this fight. He's not going to be able to challenge. So this battle really is still between these front four, Chief, for this race win.
Yep, and we're entering into the penultimate lap. Once Justin crosses the line here, we're on lap 26, so 2 left, and really you want to get the overtake done on the last lap if you want to go for the lead of the race. But Justin, he's going to have to give it his all here, as we have seen him do previously. He will not give up easily.
Yeah, battling at the back, no touches Tunari and gets the move done. But yeah, it was a bit dirty, that one, I think.
Yeah, or there will be. There will be probably still reports coming in, because I've seen a couple of RG moves. Some guys absolutely sending it on people, but yeah, one in particular.
Tino, did you see that? Yeah, he on the exit of the second chicane. Yeah, he looked like his car wiggled quite considerably there, but able to get back on pace again immediately as Danny Co is 2 tenths behind, and he will love to see that bit of weakness. Will give him a bit of hope that he can get this move done and potentially get P2 or P1 if he plays his cards right. But this is it. We're about to get onto the last lap. We're in sector 3 on the penultimate one.
What I would say, Chief, is that of course Tino has significantly more battery than most of these guys. The only saving grace I think for Dan the man is that the fact that Justin and Tino have got quite a lot of rivalry, that there might be fireworks here coming into turn 1. There will not really be anything Justin's going to be able to do here, of course, other than full deploy. Justin literally draining his battery, draining it completely. He has nothing, almost nothing left, and that is going to massively compromise him in this race. This is all on now. Super Mac can do nothing but watch. There's too many guys in front of him battling hard. Super Mac is going to be depending on incidents ahead. Dan the man is also draining. Justin flashing.
Yeah, Danny's going to go for it. I think he's going to go down the inside here. He's got a wee bit of ERS in the bank, and he goes for it. He does try and squeeze alongside. He's not given much room, but just about enough to... Oh, and there's big contact there. Oh my word, I thought he was out. Justin ghosting there, but look who profits the most from that. McKender saw that fighting ahead. Takes 2 positions. Didn't even see where he came from.
just as I said there, Super Mac was keeping a watching brief depending on something happening, and something happened indeed. Of course, they, what do you call it? They have the DRS on Mac. That's it. The Mac, the DRS is done. They all have no battery worth talking about. Dan the Man will be determined to pass Justin. Justin will be determined to defend it. They are both out of battery. Tino is going to win this race. Mac is going to take P2, but who is going to take this P3? Justin just about avoids the rear end, and it's going to be Dan the Man is going to get the P3 with a mega recovery race to get a podium to take the vital points of his title rival. What a fantastic race. Christian coming in P5, Noah crossing in P6. Of course, Chuj and Tuna Man had that penalty. Riyadh takes the P9, and Eagle Ghost clenches that valuable P10. What a race!
I think Cody actually ran out of battery on the line, and that's why Eagle Ghost overtook him. At least his fuel light is flashing there, so maybe that's what happened.
Oh dear. Wow, what a final lap, guys. I mean, fireworks were expected, and fireworks certainly were delivered. As McKender takes P2, but Tino profiting the most out of all this fighting. Yeah, 2 seconds between Tino and McKender due to that last lap shenanigans, and yeah, Danico on the podium after that early incident he had in the race. Looked like he was going to struggle for points.
Behind that, like 0.2, 0.3, 0.1, 0.042 or whatever. So crazy.
Yeah, Kay Lawrence, driver of the day according to the game, but we'll have a look at that afterwards. But it's Tino as the main man at the moment. He takes away the 25 points. Not sure who got the fastest lap there as well, but
it was Dan the Man, Chief, and on that, I think the driver of the day, a repeat of yesterday, I think, when we overruled Punk and whenever they were going with, who were they were saying, Basco, whenever Tuna Man running P2 got incident, went to last and back up again, just like Dan. Listen, that we all know how quick Dan the Man is, but to drop so far back in Tier 1 with this grid and still finish on the podium, that, for me personally, is driver of the day quality.
Yeah, it'd be hard to disagree with that one. Fastest lap as well. So Danico taking 16 points from this one, McKender 18, Tino 25, and Justin then 12 points. So these are the guys we're looking at most closely when it comes to the driver championship. Be interested to see how that FIA verdict from last week is going to affect last week's results, but also how these points are going to tally up as we head into the Christmas break. So it's all to play for. 2 races left and potentially 50 points maximum, without the fastest lap included there. Let's head over to the interviews then and see who we got.
Can I just point out something that I've just realised?
Yeah.
We were denied a speedy reserve. He says he was going to reserve.
That's right, yeah.
He was announced and he didn't join. So I wonder if everything's all right with the speedster. I'll check in with him after the stream to see if he's all right. But yeah, unfortunately, we did not have a speedy, and I think he would have been in his element here in Monza because he's got a lot of pace.
Yeah, I think he said he was working and he was hoping to get home and get a bit of practice, so maybe he didn't get home in time for that. But yeah, definitely like to see him back in the grid. Hopefully in the last 2 races he'll make an appearance. We do have guys in the chat ready to talk to us. We've got Tina, also known as Tina. Also
you know.
Bob, take over. Okay. Yeah, Tino is coming in to the commentator's booth. Tino, congrats on that race win. It looked like hard work out there today. Well, you know, when you throw the safety car into the mix, undid all your hard work. But how are you feeling? Did you feel in control that whole race, or was there anything worrying you throughout that one?
Yeah, just in control. But yeah, like, I have to add, like, after sauna earlier today, I didn't drink any water, and I have like my worst ever headache ever. But during the race, because I was concentrating, I didn't feel it. But like right now, oh my god, such a mess. I don't know.
Yeah, but so you did not have the drink.
Yeah, but I mean, what can I say? Quali was all right. Did like 2 practice laps whole today, so all right pace, I guess. I mean, I expected Christian to do like insane lap. I mean, he did. P2 is amazing, but like more, you know. But yeah, I mean, I heard from the lads in the Finnish community that Christian might not have a most fastest race pace, so like just took advantage of it, you know. Just playing it smart, and like when I have a chance to like break the DRS, then I will try my best. And I mean, to be fair, it was pretty funny. The lap I decided I'm gonna try to break the DRS on the main straight, like just spam the whole straight DRS and ERS, and then get like good to turn to exit. But then I spammed the second straight as well, and then Christian just missed the braking zone, and it took me 20 seconds to destroy the DRS of him. Over 1 second gap.
Yeah, so, and then that safety car came out. You had like a 3-second gap, I think, to the group behind. Obviously undoes all your hard work. Were you a little bit worried at that point, or were you thinking like, nah, it'll just be like 2 races essentially where I have to just work on breaking that DRS again, or what was the mindset there?
Of course you always worry when people are back at you again, but I don't know. I just showed. I saw in the race that my middle sector was very good all the time compared to everyone else. So just I don't know. I knew like Justin will probably get past Christian, so like it will probably be me versus Justin. So I tried in one lap to break the DRS, pushed like the whole second sector, but I think it was like 9.5 tenths the gap, and yeah, almost. But then I just let Justin go and save the ERS a little bit behind him. And to be fair, there was pretty few shaky moments under braking, because like I don't want to get ahead of Justin, but then there's Makender and Danny behind me wanting to get past of me. So like, and there was a contact on lap 25, and Danny just hit rear of me, and we actually lost the DRS to Justin. So like I had to push like the whole like last 2 sectors to get back, which I thought it's over because I thought Justin would have more ERS than me, but he didn't, fortunately. When I played my cards right in the last lap, I knew like if I'm ahead in turn 1, I have everything in control. Like I misjudged the braking in the last lap in the turn 1, and
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. Then I just parked it in the apex, so no one gets like any undercut or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I mean, it helped what Danny did to Justin in the second chicane. I knew the race is over, but in overall, like, just control. I don't know, like, I'm not even sweating right now. It's usually I'm like sweating like a pig after race, so explains a lot, I guess. But yeah, too late to have any kind of charge in the title. But yeah, just fun to win.
Yeah. And that's the aim of the game, isn't it? Have a bit of fun out there, you know. And yeah, very controlled race from you from the outset. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say, really, is there? It was just like a good race for you, obviously. And
I mean, at least the title challenge for the people behind, and they get like least points compared to Adetsi, so they still like some kind of fight going on. So that's why I just want to win. So like Justin or Danny or Makender doesn't get like maximum points.
Okay.
I mean, it's not any team games. I just want to do it for my own, doing for my own. Like, I don't know. To see like if would be fun if there's like 4 3-way battle to the last race.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm really looking forward to, is the fact that it's looking like we're going to go down to the last race for this one, and that always is makes for a grand finale. Unfortunately, you're not in the mix this time around, but I'm sure like you say, you're playing your part regardless. And
it's Suzuka last round, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So yeah, my favorite track.
Oh dear. There you go. That's an ominous warning to all the other drivers
but yeah,
listening.
Fair play to Christian, to be fair. Like, I mean, in my opinion, he is tier 1 driver, but drives in tier 2. But he did a good race today. But maybe he did a bit needs to practice on race and like race situations, I'd say. But overall, he did a good race. I mean, he didn't get podium, but I guess he should be happy with what he did today. I mean, even though it probably doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he belonged out there. He did look like he was struggling sometimes on in the heavy braking zones, but yeah, we'll actually be speaking to him after, so we can pass that message along to him, and appreciate your time in the commentator's booth, Tino. Hopefully speak to you.
And have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone, and all of you guys in the commentator's booth.
Appreciate it, bro. We will speak to you again soon, I'm sure.
Yep. Bye.
Yeah, good race, Tino.
Denied. Christian. Hello, Christian. Welcome to the commentator's booth. We were just talking to Tino there, and he was actually giving you some big ups, saying that you did pretty well today in that race. Obviously, didn't work out for the podium, but you were definitely in the mix pretty much the whole race. Just give us your take on the race. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It felt like it was a bit messy, but nobody really crashed. So I was having a bit of stress, to be honest.
Yeah, and I was saying to Tino as well, like it did look like at certain parts you were kind of struggling a little bit on the, those heavy break-ins in like turn 1 and stuff. And you were saying there you felt it was a wee bit messy. Do you feel like there was a few mistakes made there that maybe cost you that podium today?
Yeah, I went deep in turn 1 way too many times. And I lost 2 positions after the first safety car restart, which is it might take some skill, to be honest, to lose that many positions in 2 turns. So it wasn't really ideal. I just gotta apologize because my ERS button, I'm not joking, alright, but it got stuck like I think I overtook Mackinder 2 or 3 times where I didn't mean to because I didn't see. I was just pumping out my ERS.
Yeah, I've been there, done that, and DNF because of it, going around the corner with ERS on. It's not good for the traction for sure, but you survived out there today and bring it home. I mean, some guys are saying you're clearly tier 1 material. Obviously today showed that, and is there any chance that maybe in the future you will join the tier 1 drivers as full time again?
Only if it's not on Fridays or the weekend. So
okay, well, I mean, obviously you're more than welcome to race in tier 1 as a reserve when you want, and yeah, I mean, how much did the race yesterday in tier 2, how much did that play a factor in this race today? I mean, obviously you did a full race yesterday, you finished on the podium. How did that factor into this one?
Wait, yeah, good question. I can't really answer it. Well, I had better pace yesterday, for sure, somehow. Which, I got a bit annoyed because I realized pretty early on that I was just.
Okay, I think we're having a bit of lag with your VC, so you're cutting out a little bit, Christian, on us. Didn't get the full answer there, but yeah, I mean, it's good to see you in the mix with the drivers such as Tino and Mackinder, and Danico and stuff. I mean, it must be enjoyable out there. I know it's a lot of pressure on you, but it must be quite the experience for you, to be rubbing shoulders with those guys.
Yeah, it's fun, but I'm pissing my pants in every turn because I got Mackinder behind me and Tino in front of me, and in a tier 1 sandwich. It doesn't feel so good, but after the race, it's nice.
Listen, Christian, you shouldn't be hard on yourself because it's important to realize, like, who you were racing, amongst there. Like, you had Tino, he's an ex-esports driver. You've Dan the Man, he's always been fighting for that P1 or in the title. He is an ex-tier 1 champion. He's come P2, I think, twice this, in SLR. You've Justin, who's also just missed out on the tier 1 championship. You've got Mackinder, he's a multiple tier 1 champion. it's understandable that you're going to come under so much pressure with these guys. They're so accomplished in this game, and you did a really good job. Even Tino was commending you. I think that Tino was saying the only thing that you maybe need to work on is more kind of race scenarios when you're within certain scenarios, how to manage it. But listen, man, you're doing a really great job. And I know I kind of have fun whenever I call you a tier 1 driver in tier 2, but I really do think that you're more suited to tier 1. You've got the pace, and I would be quite happy to see you back in tier 1. So definitely take it all as a compliment that you are mixing it with the best that SLR's got. So it's understandable to feel that pressure, but you're handling it well, and you're doing a great job, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What a wholesome moment.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty wholesome.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm either just give people so much abuse or so much love. There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground with me.
There you go. Well, Christian, I appreciate you taking the time to join us and to come to the booth. I mean, we're looking at 2 more races for SLR this season. Will you be gracing tier 1 again with your presence?
I guess time will tell.
Yeah, well, we look forward to it. Definitely, you're definitely a player at the top of the field in tier 1, so hopefully we'll see you reserve in the 1 or 2 of the last 2 races of the season. And yeah, I think other than that, we will just say goodbye to you for now, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
You too.
Yep.
I'll see you
Yep.
someplace, sometime.
Hopefully see you in track soon. Yep. So, yeah, but Bob and the Ice, that was another great race. A great way to go into the Christmas break. The championship is looking spicier than ever, and when we come back, we will have an updated results standings for you. And I'm very interested to see how that is going to play out, given that FAI verdict from last week is still pending, and also how today's race panned out. It looks like we're going down to the wire, Bob and Icewind.
Okay. Well, you say that, yes, depending on what the reports are coming in, we don't know. And so they will be coming, I would say, shortly within the next few days. Understandably, it is coming up to Christmas, so the guys obviously have other things involved. But also, Chief, how things are going to turn out after the reports today, there hasn't been too many at the moment, but there is that incident between Dan the Man and Justin, which I believe will be or has been reported. So again, we'll have results from last week's, and then of course results from this week. It is all to play for. Who knows who's going to win this title? It is possibly the tightest title fight I have ever witnessed in Tier 1, I believe, although my memory's not that great. But I'm just such a pity that I'm not going to be here for the last 2 races. But if I can just vouch for someone to sit in my seat, it would be Mr. Icewind here. Oh. I like to see him. And I know he'll be instantly written no already, but it's just non-negotiable, Mr. Ice. If you can make it, you're going to be co-commenting. We're here, it is live.
You know how it is. I've wanted to commentate with Chief for about, 2 years now, and we never seem to find the time. So maybe if Chief doesn't bail me out, then bail out on me, rather.
This is your chance, Ice. This is your chance.
Let's make it a deal.
Well, I won't be here. It's just for other reasons that's going on in my life. I just physically will not be here to be able to stream, unfortunately. I won't even be able to see it. So I'll be sending WhatsApps to Chief so he can keep me informed of what's happening. But alas, I think you would be perfectly suited.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I think we can make that happen, yeah.
There you go. I'm doing Lepson's job for him. Where is he anyway? I haven't seen him in ages. But yeah, I'm doing his job for him. I have already recruited a replacement. There we go.
That's brilliant. That works well for me. There's one thing I want to get to though. I just had a DM from a certain driver, and he was driver of the day today, and he's asked to come into the commentator's booth. It's Dan the Man.
FBI, open up!
Oh, here he is. My own personal driver today, no question.
Yeah, you have the floor, Dan. Go for it. No questions.
This is an interview.
All right then, Dan the Man. First of all, in Parabolica, did you have your your ERS, or sorry, for flip's sake, man. Did you have your brake bias set too far forward?
No.
Right. We'll get to that. Afterwards that, I cannot speak today. After that, Okay, so obviously it's a bit early, and we'll get into it maybe later on if there's reports. Do you think after that, whenever you came under attack, which was to be expected, that you were squeezed a little bit onto the grass? Because it kind of seemed that way to me without recalling it pretty well.
No
Uh,
comment.
okay, so no comment. Right, so let's go back. Let's retrack, flashback. Tell us about the parabolic incident.
I touched the grass.
Ah, so that's that one sorted out. No comment on the next one.
Did you not
The-
see turn one after that?
I did it. I did the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, turn
yesterday.
one. Sorry, I was just gonna say, yeah, turn one that you were running down, and then you were Tudge was going up the inside or the right hand side of you, and I think you were trying to do your best, but you were on the grass. You touched the grass, and then of course that snapped you sideways.
Well, the grass was my own fault.
Okay.
I broke too late, and it was either become Justin's gearbox or grass. So
And you chose grass.
I chose grass.
There we go. The humble way of doing it. Well done. But then, of course, that was just absolute disaster for you. The only, I think, saving grace you might have had early on was the fact that it was so early on in the race. A lot of opportunity to recover. Yeah.
Well, during the first VSC we had.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a reply. No one replied. When that was ending into turn one for me, basically as I crossed the finish line, it said VSC ending. So I go full throttle because I was up like 2 seconds nearly. I was like, by the time I get to turn one, it'd be gone, and I would have probably gained.
Yes.
We're going along straight. It's getting later and later. I'm like, it's not ended. I get to the braking zone, start braking, and notice my thing's red.
Oh.
And it's literally sitting at the top of the screen, ending. So it could have any second I could have got a drive through. So I thought the best thing to do was just slam on. As I do that, it's like handbrake got pulled. So then I lost 7 seconds, and I was just chilling on my own.
Yeah, we noticed a lot of guys were quite snappy at that Parabolica, as well as a few exits at the chicane. And Mr. Rice, who's on, joined us today for the stream, and he was telling us a lot of guys were running quite low setups. Was that with low wing setups? Was that what you were running as well, Dan?
I was running, well, 12.8.
There you go. Well, that would explain the oversteery setup. Yeah, I think most people were running that. I think Tudge had quite a very really low front wing. Naturally, was slow in the corners, but fast in the straights. But anyway, Dan, I think without holding Chief and all back too much, I think what we really want to get into is the end of the race. Whenever there was this final battle, of course, if you don't want to comment, that's fine because we can leave it to whatever.
Yeah, we can do it.
But it looked like that was a pretty intense battle. Of course, what we seen from our view was, backtrack a little bit, it was quite clear to us that Tino was planning his attack at the end so that he was let Justin go and he was just sitting there and charging up his battery. But behind him, you had, of course, yourselves and Mac and such who were like fighting like dogs. And then, of course, there was that little bump on Todd of Tino. At our last, we moved forward. Oh, look at this! There's cottage pie. It's just arrived with me. Merci, madame.
Can I stop you for a
Yes,
sec?
go ahead.
Before I got to P3 or P4 behind Makenda, that like every overtake I had was either alongside into the braking zone or a very late send, truthfully, into turn one. Did you capture any?
I saw a lot of them, and I would shout out to Chief, and Chief would switch over if he could. I did see them. I think I alluded to that. I'm going to sneeze, and I'm going to try and not make it on stream. But anyway, I can feel it coming. I did allude to the fact that you were on full attack mode, and
I saw a couple of moves in the Parabolica as well. I just caught them as you were kind of coming out of Parabolica, so the move had been done. But it looked like you were able to get a few guys in Parabolica as well.
Yes. The Tino touch kind of happened because Makenda was attacking me, which is all like it was going to happen. So I defend to the inside. We're getting closer to braking, so Tino moves to the right, so Makenda can brake later than me. But he don't take as much advantage as it. So I brake as late as I could, and then it gets to the apex where I then touch Tino.
Yeah.
And I get
Because
it.
it seemed like to me anyway, I think I was calling it on the stream, that Tino was really, I wouldn't say desperate the wrong word, but he was really focusing on holding on to that P2 because it was his strategy: sit behind Justin, charge his battery and attack. And of course, whenever he has a charging Mac and a charging Dan, it's not ideal for him. It also, the nature of the way he was working his strategy, it was kind of backing you guys up. I wouldn't say backing is maybe the wrong word, but it was kind of forcing this crescendo effect where everyone was going to approach each other at the same point really quickly.
Yeah.
And then the touch happened. But look, we'll fast forward onto that. It was near the end there. What really got interesting, Justin's getting, because he's always there at the end, he ends up getting involved in these wee incidents. No, it's not his fault, I'm not saying that, just that's where he is. He was involved with you in another incident as well. Kind of an incident. Well, an incident, yes, it was an incident. How many times can I say incident? In the race, I'm trying to think how I'm going to say it because I'm smelling this cottage pie and it just smells great. But what happened, Dan? It looked like there was a bit of twitchiness going on into the chicane, and then
Okay.
it looked like again, this is not a final opinion because I'm trying to go by memory, that it kind of squeezed a little bit, and then it's a bit of oversteer on the curb almost.
Yeah. So basically, coming out of the chicane, I kind of dip a wheel onto the gravel. And because of that, I like lose control, so I'm trying to gather it up, and then when I do, my angle of my car is towards Justin in a way,
Yeah.
and he's. I'm not saying he is coming over, but I think his angle of his car is also. Cause he's turned right to leave space, but now he's started like slightly coming back, so he's a bit angled. So I feel like we've gone together. Then we've both gone to the left because this game's physics is amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, that's kind of how it seemed for me anyway as well. Like obviously there'll be, if there's POVs we'll see back on it, but that kind of seemed what it is to me as well. Possibly, if there's anything reported possibly in MNFA, but alas, listen, this is just my opinion. It's just not.
It has been reported.
Oh well, there you go. Well, possibly in NFA. Who knows? I am not any affiliation with the FIA, so it is just my own opinion. It's probably going to be in NFA. We'll see. But your loss and Justin's loss was, of course, Supermax gain. Valuable points for him. But Dan, you are still in this title fight, and this is going to the wire, man.
Yeah, I don't like it. That last stint, every time I pressed the brakes, my left leg must have done a little dance of just shaking.
Oh,
I don't know why. You just started doing it. Like if I had a pedal cam, you just see my left foot just bouncing up and down on the pedal when I'm going full throttle.
tension. That's tension.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I've not been nervous racing F1 game since fucking when I first started.
Well, you see, Dan, because deep down in the core of your brain, you know that this is really tight. You know that you really could win this again. You really know that you could be a two-time champion. And I know, Dan, deep down in your wee heart there, you really want this. Despite how much... There you go! There you go! That's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to eat a cottage pie, Chief, so I'm going to leave it over to you. But Dan, you're my driver of the day anyway.
We have a small technical update for Danny for the final races. So
yes, every game's easy 2 times. Easy.
Interesting. But Dan, thanks for joining us in the commentaries. But obviously a tier manager as well. Is there anything you want to say as we head into the Christmas break to the drivers and viewers?
Well, because it's the last race of the year as well, just a thank you for 2023, and to many more races in 24.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we're back in Mexico in the new year. I think it's the 5th for Tier 1, and then Japan for the grand finale in January 12th. Yeah, and like we were alluding to there, the championship, it's all to play for. It looks like it's going to go down to the wire. So yeah, we will let you go and contemplate that as we head into the Christmas break.
Could I just add one last thing, just really quickly, because I'm going to enjoy this cottage pie. If anyone would be interested in hearing Dan the Man squeal like a pig in pure fear and shock, if they tune into the accompanying brother or sister league, whatever, 2S, we'll be playing a wee game of Lethal Company, and it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, so there's that as well to look forward to. But yeah, I just want to say, Dan, thanks very much for joining us in the Competitive Proof. Always a pleasure to hear from you and get your take on the race. So we will speak again soon, I'm sure. So goodbye for now.
Thank you. Yeah. Cheers, bye.
Beep, beep.
Interesting fact as well. Danny said about touching the grass going into Parabolica. Apparently, touching the grass is a insult online.
Yes, it is.
It means basically that you spend too much time indoors and you need to go outside and touch the grass.
Correct.
Yeah, I did think about that when he said it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, if I could just maybe zone in more on it, it's more of a, I wouldn't say a insult as such. It's more of something that someone would say to another person that's really, really good at a game. Like we would say it when we used to play Rocket League with Nico, and Nico was a champion, grand champ. He would do this crazy stuff with the ball, and we would just say, "Oh, go touch some grass, Nico." That's what it is. It's like you have to be spending a lot of time online to get that good. So that's what so basically you could say to almost Tino when he was at his height of power, go touch some grass. It's kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well explained. I couldn't have done any better.
Well, it's a Christmas break, so plenty of time there for everybody to go out and touch some grass. But yeah, when it comes to the new year, we're back into it with Mexico and Japan. And yeah, Icewind, thanks very much for joining us in the competitive booth. We don't usually do a trio, but it worked out today, I think, nicely. You were able
it was fun. Tried to keep out of your way, so yeah, I think it was okay.
Yeah, definitely we needed some technical analysis, and you definitely provided that today, and some insights into the drivers' mindsets. But yeah, Bob, we won't see you in the final two races. It'll be myself and someone else, possibly Icewind doing comms. So yeah, bon voyage to you and to all our viewers. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe for more quality content, and for now, Happy New Year, and have a very Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks, guys.